What is going on tonight, guys? It's gonna be another fun show. I'm ready. You're over there missing boards again. That's why we got good at it.
Hands were going. My brain was going faster than my hand, or my hands were faster than my brain. Sorry about that.
All right, we are awesome. Or we're just having an awesome.
We
night.
are awesome.
Yeah, we are awesome. We're having an awesome night. We'll talk about more after the interview. Our awesome news that we had an hour before we went live tonight. So. We are going to test out the volume, make sure the sound and everything is sounding good. If you guys are in chat, or if anybody's in chat, just give us a thumbs up if it's sounding good on your end. And once we know we're good, we're going to start rolling. So, you having issues?
It's just this far, like fishbowl echoey.
No, that's because this has got reset somehow. All right, what about now? Let's see. See if it's sounding good.
It's got to catch up. Sorry.
Yeah, see if it's not. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, there we go. Jennifer said we're good. We're much better. Yep. Kicked over.
All right, cool. Let me refill the water.
All right, let's do this.
Hello and welcome everyone to season 5 of Gaining Fast on Memphis podcast, a place where we connect melodies and memories. I'm your host, Aaron Shriver.
And I'm your co-host, Jillian Shriver.
Our mission tonight is to provide a platform for motivated singer-songwriters, passionate fans, or someone who's making a difference in and around the music community. We hope everyone listening leaves inspired with a positive outlook on life and begins connecting their own melodies to memories. Tonight we are presented by our good friends at Arlo Revolution Cinematic Wedding Films. Music videos and promos, find them at arlorevolution.com. One Tree Planted. For every 1,000 downloads of the show, we plant a tree with One Tree Planted. Download the show on your favorite podcast app today. And if you missed it last night, we're going to announce it tomorrow or whatever. I think we did hit 14,000 downloads, so we're going to be planting another tree. So appreciate everything, guys. That's just amazing to have a number like that. So never thought this little thing of a podcast would get that far. So. And then pod decks. Pod decks are the hottest tool to get your next great interview, unique interview questions in the palm of your hand. Our on-screen sponsors tonight, Art on a Higher Wire by Joelle, original custom artwork, inspired by your life moments, treasure photos, and memories. And Shed Services. At Shed Services, we offer a full range of maintenance services depending on your needs. Find them at shedservices.com. I butchered that one tonight. I'm sorry, dude. I'll get it better next week, I promise. If you are listening and are looking for ways to support or sponsor Gaining Fast on Memphis, then please head over to our Patreon page. We have new opportunities for on-air and on-screen sponsorships and merch, MP3 photo tiers. They all start at just $1, and when you sign up for a full year, you get 2 months free. So it's pretty cool stuff over there. If Patreon is something you can't do, the next best way to support the show is to like, share, review, and subscribe anywhere you can find us. If you're listening to us on a streaming platform, please click that rate button and help us out with a 5-star review. Remember, you can join us live every Monday night at 7 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube. I think we got WrestleMania going on above our heads tonight. Where you can interact with the show each week by asking questions and joining in on the live chat with your favorite guests. Visit our website, gainingfastonmemphis.com, for concert reviews, playlist links, and everything Gaining Fast on Memphis you need to catch up on. But tonight I'm excited. We booked this one a while back. I've been looking forward to having Megan on, so I'm really this is gonna be a good night. So, but we welcome in singer-songwriter Megan Knight. 10 years after her first EP, and she still is as passionate about music as she ever was. Finding her sound in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, this New Jersey native shows no signs of slowing down for what inspires her the most. We are honored to discuss the melodies and memories that make up her journey. So we're gonna go ahead and welcome Megan on. Hey, how you doing tonight?
Great, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I've been excited to have you on. I know I said we booked this a while ago, so I was like, oh man, kind of researching the show. I learned a couple cool things. I'm like, I can't wait. It's gonna be good.
Thank you so much for having me.
Dude, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. So I see our buddy Kyle Corbliss is in the chat too. I just listened, dude. I listened to your podcast with Megan the other day to kind of research for this show. So honestly, huge shout out to you too, man. Good buddy of mine. But Megan, I want to throw this way back. I always like asking people kind of like their earliest music memory, kind of what kind of got it going for you, what your parents might have been listening to around the house. And I always like to get that first concert experience too, maybe the first concert you ever remember going to.
Yeah, so my first concert, I was 3, and it was to see Busta Rhymes and NSYNC.
Yeah.
And I remember, well, obviously I don't remember too much because I was 3, but that was definitely my first concert. And my mom said I wanted to leave when NSYNC came on. I just wanted to hear Busta Rhymes and go. I was like, what? But okay. But I've always loved music since I was born because my parents always had music blasting. I mean, my dad would like play music to my mom's stomach as a kid. Like that's how programmed I was to love music, you know. It's been from the start. But they listen to a wide variety of everything. Like my mom loves classical music and musicals and that whole side of things. And my dad loves rock and alternative, the complete opposite side of the spectrum. So I'm a little seasoned with all the different types of genres, and where I grew up, a lot of kids like R&B and rap. So I also have a passion for listening to that type of stuff as well.
I love that. So your Busta Rhymes concert, your parents, I mean, they had to be around our age, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to be. I'm turning 40 this year, so I'm like, they have to be a little bit like, because that was like Busta
Like
Rhymes
dates
and
us.
that was like stuff we were going to in high school and stuff.
Yeah, they're right around there. My dad just turned 50. If he hears that I'm announcing his age right now, he's gonna have a mental breakdown. That was like the number. He never had a reaction to a birthday until he hit this number, and he always like, oh my God, like I don't know what to do. I'm like, relax, it's just a number. It really is just a number.
That's me this year with 40. I'm like, man, I'm getting old.
That's what he keeps saying. I'm like, relax, we're all aging, you know.
The whole everything around us is.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. So what kind of, when you kind of went to start digging into like songwriting, how old were you kind of when you put that first song, the first lyrics to paper? Was it driven from some poetry maybe, or kind of tell us about that first song you really kind of started putting together?
So I was 13 when I wrote my first song, and I picked up the guitar at 12, almost 13. And I just figured if I'm playing the guitar, I might as well try to say something of my own. So I just started writing down random lyrics. I was really into Sleeping with Sirens at the time. Honestly, I was going through a bit of an emo phase when I started playing guitar. Okay. So I was like, oh, I want to like tell my story about my emotions. I wrote like a few songs, and I never really expected to do anything with it. Like it literally was just for fun, but I wound up recording it locally. And then those 3 songs wound up sitting with Gary Nichols in Muscle Shoals eventually. That's a long story, but he liked them and reproduced them with other tracks as well when I was 14.
Wow.
I love that.
14.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So, like I said, a huge shout out to
amazing.
Kyle. When I was listening to his podcast with you, I heard something that literally like put the spidey senses straight up. I heard that kind of the video game Rock Band led you to playing some instruments. Is this true?
It did. So that's what I'm saying. So I was super into rock music around that age, 12, 13, because of Rock Band and just everything I grew up with. My dad, you know, we would go to softball practice and he'd be playing Puddle of Mud, you know what I mean? So I've always had a passion for it. And I love the drums with Rock Band. Like I thought that was going to be my instrument, but my dad was like, do you know how much work it is to set them up? And he made me like
take down.
get freaked out. Yeah, so I picked up a guitar and taught myself guitar, and I was inspired because of Rock Band. I'm like, if I'm wasting all my time playing a video game, I can be applying this to my real life and it's more productive. So that's how I got started.
Smart girl.
I love it. So what was your favorite one? Did you have a favorite Rock Band, like 1, 2, or 3?
I love them all, like literally all of them. And I thought it was cool. You could customize their outfits and they tour all the different places. So I was like, let's make this my reality.
You start with a van and then you move up to like an RV and then you get like a bus.
And you get the plane at the end.
Right. I was like, I want that to be my real life.
We would have Rock Band parties.
We had Rock Band parties.
2, 3 a.m. in the morning. Like our drums had the cymbals on it. And at one point,
we had the parties.
We still have, now mind you, we're in our almost 40. We still have the lights in the set up in the basement, and we had the lights going, and Aaron had the fog machine going.
I did. We had.
I think we need to bring it back.
Oh my gosh.
Well, they tried. I saw Rock Band 4. They tried bringing it back. We had Rock Band 4, and you can get all your old downloads and everything. Just never. I don't know, man. I don't know whatever happened with it.
At some point, because we were grinding so hard for so many years, we're like, we need a break, and we never went back. None of us universally. I don't know what happened. Maybe this year's the year. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I also saw. I thought I saw where you played bass as well. Is that true?
Yes. So I guess during COVID is when I got bored and decided to pick it up and just mess with it. And I realized I loved playing bass. So I just randomly play bass sometimes when I get a little tired audibly of the guitar and want to hear something else. Because I love the guitar, but sometimes you just want that like deeper tone. Yes, that's why I like the bass. But I also play a little bit of piano too. So that's more variation. I just like variation.
Yeah.
Same thing with writing songs. I like writing a few different genre types because I love variety.
Yeah. I hear that a lot in your music. That's why I really loved, like, because I know we get some requests in every now and for interviews. I really, when I got yours, I kind of dug into it. I'm like, I really I liked a little bit of the backstory. I liked your music the way you felt like you could have 2-3 genres, and the Muscle Shoals thing that I want to get into a little bit now. Well, before we get into that, so you say piano, bass, guitar. Was there ever an instrument you tried to play that you just like, that's not mine? That ain't
The
for
clarinet.
me.
Clarinet. We were required to play a wind instrument, I guess, in middle school, I think it was. I sounded like a dying goose. It was really bad. But I also did not have a passion. But I liked SpongeBob, so I was like, let's just try the Squidward instrument, But it was not for me.
Funny.
I hear you. I totally tried the trumpet when I was younger, and nope, I got kicked out of the band because it was so bad.
Why? You were just annoying the teacher or something?
Exactly. I was annoying myself, I think. I'm very ADD, so there's no way. Band was just not for me. I'm like, nope.
I would lose my focus in band too. I don't think it was for me.
Yeah, like So, but yeah, we mentioned Muscle Shoals. Told me about kind of getting down there. We used to live in northern Mississippi for a while. We were really close to Muscle Shoals. Was able to go over there. I got a good buddy that's recorded a couple albums down there. I think he actually recorded at the Nut House as well. That's where you were at. Jacob Stiefel.
Okay, yeah, I recorded at Nut House Studios.
He's out playing. Yeah, he's out playing with bass for CJ Soler right now.
Oh no way! I'll have to check him out.
But yeah, he's recorded down there with them, and dude, he's talked highly about it. But just tell me a little bit about how you got down to Muscle Shoals and kind of the experience you had down there, and just in a music-rich area.
So my whole career kind of happened randomly, definitely like my life's calling or destiny, because like I said, I just decided to learn guitar because I was wasting time playing video games, but I never wanted to play out. My grandmother was actually this kitchen table, and she was like, Megan, you're playing an open mic, you're not telling me no, just do it for me and we'll see what happens. So I played 2 songs, got off the stage, and they said, oh my god, can we hire you? And I was like, hire me? Like, this is a job? Cool. Okay. This is Rock Band, they're right, this is real.
Yeah.
But I played that gig, and somebody was in the crowd that led to another gig, and eventually after this whole domino effect, I wound up getting hired for a backyard party at some point. And at that backyard party was a man named Gene Stevenson, and he really loved my voice. He said, can I take your EP? Because at that time I had the 3-song EP thing I had. Because I was playing so many shows, people were like, oh my God, do you have a CD? So I just like made one so I could give people CDs. But it wasn't like super, super produced or anything, but it was all right. So anyway, Gene sent it to his friend Gary Nichols in Alabama, and Gary wound up calling us on the phone and said, hey, can you come down here? I would love to have a conversation with you about creating a record. And I remember my family and I all looking at each other. We're like Googling Gary Nichols, and we're like, oh my God, frontman of this Steel Drivers at the time. And he had a deal with Mercury and like all this crazy stuff. I'm like, wait, this is really happening. Like, I had no idea of anything of this facet coming to life, but it was just all naturally happening. So I was like, okay, thank you, universe. This definitely is my path, I guess. So then I went up in Alabama. I took my grandparents because my mom's the one who told me to sing my first show in the first place. I'm like, you are coming, and we're like seeing what's happening right now. So yeah, we all sat there and we're like, this guy's really legit. And that's when I started recording in Muscle Shoals, and I've been working there for a decade now.
That's awesome. It's cool because I feel like it has its own sound that just comes out of that little area, and it's been coming out of that area for years. Yeah, where we lived, we had Muscle Shoals. I think it was like 90 minutes one way, and Memphis was 90 minutes the other way. So I'm like, dude, this is.
Oh, you were in an amazing location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were about 2.5 hours from Nashville, but it was just right there. It was all along the same highway, pretty much. between
That's
Memphis and
awesome.
Muscle Shoals. And I always would think about all the people that probably travel through
Down
those
that
little
highway.
towns just
Mhm.
between the
I
two.
can't even
History.
imagine.
How many times Elvis drove down that road, or just anything just goes
Yeah.
through that way. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
It
Just
is
thinking
awesome.
about that. So 2020 was an interesting year for a lot of people with the way it happened. But you were ended up on American Idol in the middle of a pandemic or whatever. Tell me just a little bit kind of about trying out and just how the whole thing was.
That was another random situation. I was scouted by a talent scout. They emailed me, and I always said I never really wanted to do those reality type shows. So they actually emailed me twice, and I ignored both of them. And then by the third time, I was like, okay, this is probably a sign. Like, this is 3 times I've been scouted for this show. So I auditioned, and I went right through. Like in New York, you audition for the producers first before it's the TV or whatever. And I like flew right through that stage. I was like, what the heck? So it was a private audition, so I didn't wait in the super long line. We had like a holding room. But then months later, it was an audition in Washington, D.C., which was going to be for the judges. And I sang on a yacht, which was kind of crazy, but yeah.
That is crazy. That's awesome.
That is really cool. Yeah, I was kind of watching. I saw there was a girl from Nashville last night that was on it, and she got like the first platinum ticket they had out there. I was just like, it's always an interesting thing with Idol. It changes. We used to watch it a long time ago religiously, and we just kind of
drifted out after a while. Yeah,
that was
but
like,
you know what? Honestly, I used to watch it a lot when they would write in the script to have like the funny people.
yeah.
And as a little kid, like before I even thought of being a musician or something, my little cousin and I, we would like have this keyboard that played random songs, and we would make up lyrics and dance around in these crazy costumes and act like the people that were like a little different. And it was just so ironic that we used to do that all the time. Like we would have like our fake idol, and then I wound up on the show, and I'm like, oh my God, this is kind of weird. It was weird. I mean, seeing Katy Perry in front of me, I remember before I was a musician watching her documentary, and now she's standing in front of me and is like, okay, sing. Yeah. And I'm like, this does not feel right. Like, I mean, it feels awesome, but I'm like, it doesn't feel like real life.
So, I mean, for you, I mean, they always say don't meet your idols or anything, but how were they the judges to you, like for the brief time? I'm sure it was just a kind of a very brief time that anybody gets really with the judges ever on those things. But I had a buddy that was on The Voice, and he told me a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and I'm like, dude, I just don't doubt it. It's made for TV. It's always is and always will be. So yeah. I mean, it's a reality show. It's made for TV.
I was talking to someone before. It'd be super cool if they had a spin-off show that's like behind the scenes of these types of shows, because there's so much you don't see. Like, it was the coolest experience of my life this far, just because I grew up obviously watching these types of shows, and seeing the stuff that you guys don't see, like all the background stuff, is cool. Like, it is so cool.
Oh,
I couldn't even sit here and like explain it with words. It's like, I want to be like, okay, come on, guys, let me go show you.
I can't even imagine the behind the scenes work and all the orchestrating it takes.
Dude. And a lot of, I mean, it's scripted, but it has to be. They want to I'm sure to be scripted. So
yeah, but
sometimes now I'm like, I wish I was like a little more crazy or something.
Yeah.
They still find good talent.
Stick out, right?
They still find good talent.
Oh my God.
Always have.
Awesome.
Yeah, we were always avid watchers of that. We loved that. I don't know why we just kind of, I think we just got busy with life. Stuff.
That was TV, back when you had to like actually like call the number. Remember?
I remember that.
Like 01 for this guy, 02 for this guy. Or yeah. So
yeah. We're dating
Seacrest out. No. Sorry, I pulled that one out. So, tell us a little bit about this new music video you have coming out, or it's actually out now. I know CMT featured it a little bit. You filmed it in Nashville, and dude, the song, if you guys have not heard the new single, My Drama, you guys will hear it at the end of this episode. Just an amazing song. But tell us about kind of where the video came from, and then we'll talk about the song a little bit too.
Okay, so I had a great time filming the video in the heart of Nashville. We got like a little Airbnb that we thought looked cool, and I worked with this company called Cinepro, and they're super awesome. So we said, let's try to make this as complex as we can with our budget. So we're like, let's do some scenes in the Airbnb and then on the main strip in Nashville, and let's like scout out some areas and fit in as much as we can in a 14-hour day. Like, we recorded all that in one day.
Wow.
And it was super fun, but I was like, let's have fun telling this story. So it starts out this like good girl persona saying like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, doesn't have any vices. And she's like dressed accordingly. She has on her glasses, which is supposed to represent rose-colored glasses, like sees the world like, oh my God, I believe like the fairy tales we grew up watching and whatnot. And then you see the dark side of her who's like drinking, smoking, doing all the vices, slowly take over the innocence. So the beginning started out with like, you know, ignorance is bliss, and then it all went away when reality hit. So we just wanted to show that in a visual way. So that's why the like good side was like tied up by the bad side, I guess, in the end, and the bad side won. So that's actually foreshadowing my next single coming out soon, which is going to be written in the perspective of that dark side. So I'm excited.
That's so cool.
Well,
That's really
we'll get into something in a minute. Why that just made me just like, your dad's a huge Eric Church fan. And
He
that's
is.
why
My dad
that
loves
right
him.
there, how it's like going into another video,
Yeah.
everything else. What you
Well,
just
I was just
explained, I'm
thinking,
like,
I was
boom.
just thinking how impressed I was that you know, there was so much thought that went into
But
exactly how the
how
story
it,
went.
yeah, but
And then it, you know, Aaron always talks about like, we appreciate projects, and it's, you know, sometimes not just singles, it's how things kind of blend together and how you tell an entire story. So I was just sitting here thinking the same thing. I was like, wow, that's really cool.
But everything you
Aw.
see behind us is
Mhm.
your dad and I are probably lost souls. We'd probably get along. Is everything you see behind us is Eric Church stuff. We
Oh,
start
that's
that's where
awesome.
the name of the show came from, an old Eric Church thing. That's actually his hummingbird right behind my shoulder that he gave.
No way.
Yeah. So if you look up on YouTube, Eric Church gives hummingbird or gives guitar. My 100th show, he pulled me on stage and gave me his hummingbird.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
God.
pretty much everything
Well,
you see is church
I want
stuff.
to hang out with you guys if you hang out.
Yeah,
If you're ever in Chicago,
Yeah,
come
anytime you're out,
on.
we're out by Chicago, Milwaukee. Anytime you're up this way, let us know.
I will. That was so fun.
But yeah, when you said that, it was really cool how you said one video is going to segue into your next song, and that's what it's like. Oh man, her dad's you got all that together, and I love that because it reminds me of stuff that he was doing, and that's why I told you there's a reason why we had
That's
her
very
on.
cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh.
A lot of our viewers and listeners are huge Eric Church fans. And the minute they hear that, they're gonna be like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna grab that. That's like awesome." What is gonna be the
man.
next song? Have you released that or talked about it yet?
Yes, we have a date. Let me look it up because me and scheduling, not BFFs. But so it'll be releasing on March 11th.
Nice.
And it's also going to be releasing with a lyric video that I filmed. So the footage is showing parts of Paris, which I thought was super cool. My good friend Charlene spent weeks in Paris this past year and got a bunch of footage for that. And I don't know, that was just so fun because honestly, we didn't even know it was going to be for this song. Super last minute, I reached out to Charlene and I was like, I really want to do a lyric video for this single. And his footage was so moody. It was like a perfect match. I was like, this was meant to happen. This is the song. Like, I can't wait for you guys to see it. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So I know you talked a little bit about the video, and I'm sure the writing style of the song, but tell me about when you sat down and wrote the song, kind of where it came from, where the song was born from.
So I sat in the studio with my co-writers, Jimmy Nutt and James LeBlanc. Awesome guys. James LeBlanc has written for like Rascal Flatts, Martina McBride, and just like all these legends. Like he is the real deal. And same with Jimmy Nutt. He engineered a Grammy-winning Steel Drivers record, won a Juno for the Dead South, and awesome mentors to have. But I was sitting with them, just scrolling through my phone. They're like, just give us like some ideas, and we'll like see where we want to go. And I had a lyric that I wrote in 2013 that said, like, together we're a work of art, never meant to be torn apart, or like something random like that. And then we just kind of went off of that inspiration, and my drama just came about. Like, it was like from the heavens or something. I was like, oh, this was definitely meant to happen. Definitely the vibe, because it was so organic. So after we wrote that, I had the opportunity to co-produce it as well. So I got to sit there and, you know, nitpick everything, which was so fun. That is one of my favorite parts of the recording process. I'm just like, oh, not that sound. Oh, that one.
Yep. That's cool.
I love that. Cool. Yeah. I love that you're just so involved with it all too, and how you have a plan, you have a game plan, and this is what I want.
It's a creative process. Exactly. Yep, for sure.
Some people just kind of
you get to see it all the way through.
Yeah.
I love doing everything. Like
Mhm.
I have such a say in like my photo shoots down to like the clothes, the makeup, the ideas, the concept, and the videos on the same way. I just like having control of like everything.
I love that. Yeah, but you got to be, because you're passionate, you're dedicated, and
Yeah.
you have your image and your sound that you want to keep. And I love that you're so involved with the whole aspect of it. And like I said, once again, I relate that. That's a lot of Eric Church. I mean, he do that all the time. I mean, he'd want to do it his way, and if it wasn't his way, whatever.
That's like what we're dealing with now. I'm working on a single right now, and I remember listening to the drums, and everybody's like, "This is so good." I'm like, "It's just not quite there. It's just not right." I'm like, "I'm gonna have to buy like a subscription to Splice for this next month, just so I can spend hours finding a sound that I hear in my head that we can't find." I'm like, "It's not right. I can't do it."
That's when you go back to Rock Band and say, "All right, we're gonna find this sound somewhere." My Rock Band drums.
Yes, I gotta power it up.
Yes.
It's in there somewhere. So I love that. So other than May 11th, what else is 2022 or March 11th or May 11th for the single?
March.
I wrote down May. I don't know why I wrote down May. I have May in the head. What else is 2022 holding for you? I know I saw a few dates out there, so tell me some shows you might be playing coming up, and where people can kind of find you out and about.
So I play a lot in the tri-state right now. But I do have a live video of Take It to the Grave following up the lyric video. So that'll be out a couple weeks after that. And then after that is a full EP coming out. And then I'm already working on singles for after that. So I'm like, I just want to have super organization and a plan, because how many ideas are running through my head at all times would drive me nuts.
Hey man, that's me. I got a whole list. I'm just writing stuff down all the time.
I'm a big list maker. I love lists. I love lists.
To-do list, everything, man. I'm always doing that stuff. Now that's very exciting. So it's tri-state area, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, that area, or?
Yeah, so I'm from Williamstown. I'm like 20 minutes from the Ben Franklin Bridge.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so it's an awesome area. I love it because we're close to Delaware and Philly, and
how far are you from New York City? You're not too far?
It's like an hour and a half.
Are you going to Madison Square Garden in May?
Oh man, I hope. We'll see. In May, I'm actually going down to Muscle Shoals to record again. We set some stuff up, so hopefully, maybe the schedules won't conflict.
Well, we're bringing our boys May 20th to Madison Square Garden to see Church.
So, oh my God! Well, if it works out, we'll reach out and we will meet up.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be down there. We bought the tickets right away. We got pit tickets. Our boys are 5 and 7, so they haven't been to an arena church show yet. So we're gonna take them to that and see how they do. Yeah, we're excited for that. So, all right, well, definitely. And I one of these days I gotta hang out with your dad too, because I rock band, church,
reminds me so much of you. You guys will be best friends. Do you like beer? You better, because that's a hobby. They love going to distilleries.
Yeah. Well, see, I traded mine in. I work for a dispensary, so I traded mine in for that.
Hey, I think that's okay too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll sit there and I'll give you a little drink and I'll be fine with that.
Yes, perfect.
But no, that is awesome. So we have a couple of little games we're gonna play. Actually, no, before we get to the games, our next section is our Powered by Podex section. Earlier today I pulled 2 cards. These are just little random cards that kind of give us a little insight into some other things. But are there any shows that you've played that stand out to you as the most memorable? So maybe anything that just we connected with the audience, is something that happened during the show, but something that stand out that was really memorable to you.
I think it would be opening for Love and Theft. That was so fun, and the guys were so genuine and nice that it was just a great experience, and the crowd was so fun and awesome.
Were they a 2-piece or a 3-piece at the time?
Oh, sorry, you froze.
Oh, were they a 2-piece band or a 3-piece band when you opened up for them? Did we freeze again? Or maybe she froze this time.
I don't know.
She'll
come back.
I wonder if that was Bandits' days when Brian was with them. Oh, we got 4 or 5 bars. I don't know. We might have lost.
Oh, we went through almost the whole thing.
Yeah, we got here right here at the end. Hey.
Can we refresh?
Let me hit refresh and see what happens. Hang tight, guys. We're gonna hit refresh and see if we can get Megan back. Let's see.
It was her.
Oh, she dropped out now.
Yep. She lost connection or something. She's gone.
Let's see if we can get her back. Hang tight, guys. We're going to see if we can get Megan back. If not, let's go get her back. Oh, right when we get to the fun part. I always love doing like the hot seat and stuff because you get to know a little bit more about people, you know, like just kind of like
they can't think about their answers for too long, so you really
and what's cool
get
is
to find out if they're crazy.
I'll tell you guys this. So like when we do these things, like I think yeah, coming back.
Hey.
All right, let's bring it back on. I don't know what happened there. No, so I was telling everybody
Sorry,
about
our network got completely gone, and now we're back.
I never had a border on the show tonight either. I don't realize that. Oh,
nice.
we're way off tonight. Yeah, I was just telling everybody like this little sponsored section we do. I like it because when I do send over the show notes on some of these, we don't ever include all the questions.
Some of the questions ahead of time.
Yeah, so they're always fun. But this one we're talking about memorable shows. So tell us one your memorable shows you played.
She said
so it was when I opened for Love and Theft. That was so fun.
Oh,
and the guys were so genuine. It was a great time.
Were they a 2-piece or a 3-piece when you opened up for them?
Oh no!
Oh,
we got you. We got you. Oh no!
I don't know what's going on.
Wait, you're back. You're back. What? The camera does not like that question.
I don't know. I'm moving on.
I was gonna say, can we just move on?
I'm moving on from that. Yeah. All right, our second one was if you can ask 3 questions to anyone in history, who would you choose, and what 3 questions would they be?
It would be Kurt Cobain.
Yes.
And it would be, my question would be, what's going through your mind right now? And the reason I had that question is because if you watch his interviews on YouTube, his thoughts are just so complex yet random, but really intricate. So I would want to know that. And I would also want to know what his favorite chord or key is, because mine is A minor. Did you miss whatever I just said?
No, we got most of it, right?
We got the second question.
Oh man, I don't know why it's so glitchy.
It's like in and out. That's okay. Keep going.
Yeah, we'll be all fixed.
Sorry.
We got most of. We did get most of that one, but no. So we were talking about.
He's cool. He's intricate. His answers to everything is really, really deep and educated. Like he was a very intelligent man.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, want to ask him what's on his mind because it's always crazy and like complex and awesome. And yeah. So my second one would be what's his favorite chord or key to play in, because mine's A minor. And then I would ask him to draw me something because he loved doodling and I want something for my wall drawn by him.
That'd be awesome.
So there's this awesome book, like I brought it for our interview, but it was the Kurt Cobain journals. It's an awesome book. You should get it. But it's like actual pages from his journal.
10 more minutes, internet. There we go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Was that his journal? Was that what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all of like straight out of his journal. So I was saying cool. I would want him to doodle for me because he would always doodle and it was awesome. Wait,
oh wow! I remember. Yeah, well, I remember them always talking about like he would draw and this that. I just saw an interview not too long ago with Dave, and they were talking about him why he doesn't play. I was trying to bring it up, but why he doesn't play in Nirvana or anything. He goes because somewhere there's an empty arena and Kurt's is standing on stage waiting for all of us to join him and play those songs again. Mm-hmm. He goes, and that day I'll play them again. Mm-hmm. I was just like, I love that because like they got him to play like a 4-second clip in Seattle like 6 months ago of just one of the songs, and the crowd went crazy. And he's just like, nope, that's all I'm doing.
I can't wait if he actually does it, because that's another main reason why I even started learning guitar was because of Dave Grohl. Like I did a research paper in high school on Nirvana, and I learned a lot about Dave Grohl and like the 30 bands he played in while I did this project. And I was like, this is awesome. Like I loved learning all that stuff because I don't think I would have if there wasn't a million pages I had to write, you know?
You had to really research him, right?
I had to really research it for like months.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to your parents once again, because honestly, I'm sure that's why you're a Nirvana fan too. Your dad probably brought that on, and that's just they They raised you right, man. They raised you on music and let you decide on damn good music. I love that. So I don't know.
It was a good era.
I was talking. I took my kid. I took my 7-year-old to see. We talked a little bit about church, but I took him to see Imagine Dragons Friday, and I think that's the perfect concert for younger kids right now.
Yeah,
Like, it's an amazing show, and I'm like, you got to start them young. You just got to start.
Our kids are exposed to a lot of different types of music and different genres, and we listen to all sorts of stuff, old, new.
Yeah,
just it makes for more well-rounded.
Never withhold kids from
appreciate the art, you know.
I love that.
It's really important because it really does impact a kid, especially those years, because they say around 13, that's when it develops your actual musical taste.
Okay.
And so everything like leading up to that, before that, is literally developing their taste. So keep them well-rounded, because like there's some people I grew up with where their parents didn't do that, and now they just they listen to one thing and they can't even comprehend anything else or desire to.
You know, I've seen that too. How you say where a lot of kids were limited, what they could listen to and this and that. And that's why I said huge shout out to your parents, because they let you have this wide range. Busta Rhymes, Nirvana, all this. I mean,
we try to censor a little. We try to censor a little bit. But we walked into the kitchen the other day, and Alexa's playing Eminem, and I'm like, "Who's listening to Eminem?" Jackson's like, "I am." I was like, "How do you?"
Sometimes I need to get a little risky with it, because I was singing Shakira "Hips Don't Lie" at like age 5.
Yes. Oh, it's funny. I'm like, as long as you don't repeat it, we're good. We're good.
Exactly. Just censor it a little bit.
All right. Well, speaking of music and older songs and everything else, so we picked 4 songs. So we call this Melodies with Memories. It's gonna be like a little 5-second clip. The minute you hear the song, just tell us a memory you have with it. Go ahead and hit green first. Taylor Swift, Blank Space. When you hear this song, what memory? Where does it take you?
It reminds me of being with my cousin in her bedroom with our 2 guitars with our flip video shares, recording Taylor Swift covers.
I can see that.
That's what it reminds me of.
I can see that.
I love that. That's awesome.
Taylor was. I was older, but I can. Yeah. I think I probably would have done that if she was
not again.
Younger. Oh no, are we frozen?
We still hear you.
We hear you.
Yeah, we heard that story about the Taylor. Yeah, we heard the story.
Yeah, we're there. We're just laggy.
All right.
I don't know what's going on with that.
So we've been good all night. I don't know.
Oh, that's all right. What are we doing? All right, go ahead and hit. What color? Go ahead and hit the yellow one. You say you want your freedom. Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. So when you're hearing that song, where's that taking you?
To Wells Fargo Center when I saw Fleetwood Mac play a few years ago. And I was in the nosebleeds, and I thought I was going to fall to my death, but it was epic.
It was one of those like straight down.
Dude.
Yes, I was like holding on to the like.
You're trying to go down the stairs and you're holding on to the, like, please don't.
I was like clenching it. I was like, it's fine. I didn't realize I had a true fear of heights in that moment.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Love that. All right, either one. Little Big Town, Girl Crush. So I think this one I saw you doing a cover on YouTube on. So I'm like, all right, I gotta ask about this one. Like, what memory comes up when you hear the song?
It reminds me of live shows because couples love to dance to that song, and it just like makes me feel good because that song makes people so happy when you play it live.
Yeah, I mean, it's a badass song too. It's one of the I love the song. All right, go ahead and play the next one. This is another good one. Always stay humble and kind, Tim McGraw. So where does this song take you?
It actually takes me back to like chilling around here at the kitchen table, like the first time we heard it. But then it also reminds me of the beach because my dad like plays that stuff all the time on the beach. we have like the beach pass to drive our truck like directly up and like grill and everything right by the water, and that's what it reminds me of.
I love that. That is awesome. All right, so before we wrap up with you and close out tonight, we gotta do the hot seat. So it's gonna be 10 quick questions. Same kind of concept. The first thing that comes to your mind, just spit it out. First CD you ever purchased?
Best of Both Worlds, Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
One song you wish you wrote?
Born to Die by Lana Del Rey.
All right. Who has the best pizza you've ever had?
Oh, I don't remember the name of the place, but it's across the street from Dobbs on South Street in Philly.
Okay. All right. The strangest thing you've ever seen in the middle of the road.
Oh, I'll tell you. It was a bolt in the middle of the road, and I was trying to swerve around it, and I hit a car. That was a car accident I got into when I first started driving.
Oh.
It was a boat?
Like a bolt.
Oh,
like,
a bolt.
a bolt
Okay.
truck. It was huge. Like it would have pierced your tire.
Yeah,
I thought it was
thought
boat. Yeah.
It's laggy
I
again.
was like, whoa. Whoa, here we
I was
go.
like, my parents never would have believed that
this
story.
one. What
Oh,
was the
no.
first car you ever owned? So what
All right,
were you
you're back.
driving then? Oh.
You're back. You got frozen.
What was the first car you ever owned? What were you driving during that?
I still drive the same car. It's a soccer mom car, a Honda CR-V 2006. I'm supposed to be getting an upgrade this year, but I have emotional attachment to that thing.
Yeah.
Hey, that was like, what was your first one? Your MPV?
My Mazda MPV
Yeah.
minivan, stick shift, 4-tone minivan.
Guy.
Love that car.
What's one thing people buy that you feel is a waste of money?
Probably like Gucci belts and stuff like that. I just have no desire.
Mm-mm.
I love it. Where did you go on a first date? So any of your first dates, where did you go? Like, pick one of the
Top Golf.
All right.
Top Golf.
There you
I
go.
love it.
I've seen this place for years or
Never
whatever. And
been.
we've never been. We got to
Mhm.
go one night. We just got to.
You
Try it
have
out.
to go.
We just got to go.
But second or third floor, don't go on the first. It's boring.
All right. What's a TV show or a game show you'd want to host?
Oh my God, Love Island.
All right. That'd be a good one. What's your favorite microwavable food?
Oh man, hold on. Why am I confused? I feel like this is so gross. Like, am I really gonna expose myself? Like, I love microwave vegetables. Like,
Okay.
I will sit there and just eat them.
That's not gross.
No, I mean we've had
No.
popcorn, we've had a lot of hot pockets, so we've had
Burritos.
So we've had.
Some
Taquitos.
people are like, you're supposed to cook vegetables like in the steamer or like on the
Please,
stove
I
or
put them in the
something.
microwave.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that makes me feel less bad about myself.
No, it's fine.
And
That's
then
why
the-
they make those steamable bags.
yeah, right.
Right? Some people are like, ew.
Forgot about that steamable bags.
Yep.
And the last one is you've recorded in muscle shoals. The music video has been featured on CMT. We got to do some really cool things. But what's still on your bucket list of musical things you want to accomplish? I mean, something that will make you feel that you succeeded, or just make you feel accomplished. On your musical bucket list, what's an item?
Opening up for someone huge like Eric Church. Like, I want to go on tour with the opening slot and do my 20 minutes and get exposure and then slowly like build my way up to touring alone with my original stuff. That is like my big goal.
That's why I saw Hannah
Okay.
Dasher play the parking lot before an Eric Church show this year. I'm like, man, you got balls coming out here because Eric never has opening acts, but you never know. I mean, the festivals are
Like,
coming out.
I'll be the one special person.
Yep,
It-
that's awesome.
And that's awesome because, hey, be determined and do it because I love
Yeah,
that
you know what I
passion.
mean, though.
Was that?
You know what I mean? Like
love
any country artist.
that. No, I know. Yeah. I love that passion. And you're going to get there, dude. You're definitely going to get there. Your
Mhm.
sound is, you have a unique sound that's unlike a lot of things we're hearing right now. And that's why I really did resonate with you and loved about your music, just because it wasn't the normal stuff that you're hearing every day on country. Because a lot of people get a little, it sticks out. It has meat and potatoes, they always say. It has something to it. Like your lyrics just stand out, and I love that about your music. So thank you for spending
Thank
the
you.
last
Sorry, you're
45 minutes or
frozen. Hold
so.
on.
Oh,
All right, you're good now.
all
I
right.
think it's whenever you like move your body a little bit, it freezes.
No, I don't know what's going
You
on.
gotta
with
like
me.
stay like
Stay
super
perfectly still.
like whatever
Stay
that
sane.
name is, like freeze tag. You gotta like
Yes.
tag your it.
Like, all
Nobody
right,
can
freeze.
talk over each other either. That's when we start lagging.
But no, yeah, and we'll have to edit all that out for all the lags I'm talking about. I'll
Yeah.
edit all the lags out. It'll be fun. I'll have fun.
We'll do
tomorrow.
good. It'll be fun.
But before we let you go for the night, do you have any final thoughts? Or then tell us everybody where to find you, or if they're kind of looking up for you tonight, let us know where to find you.
So my Instagram and Twitter is Megan Knight 20. My Facebook is Megan Knight Music. It's technically Megan Knight, but if you put in music, it will pop up faster.
Nice.
And my website's meganknightmusic.com.
All right. And the show notes will have all of those links as well. But Megan, thank you so much for spending the last 50 minutes or so with us. We had a blast getting to know you, and we cannot wait to see March 11th, the new music coming out, and we're going to be in your corner. So anything that comes out, let us know. We'll share it for you and definitely get it out. Try to help you get it out there as much as we can.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was great talking to you guys. And hopefully I see you in the future.
Yeah, hey, tell your dad to come May 20th. Let's go. I'll go to church.
He'll love it. He seriously will. He'd definitely be down.
All right, Megan, you have a great night. And honestly, good luck to you in 2022. And we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a great night.
You too.
That was so much fun. She's awesome. Like, seriously. Like I said, we do get.
She's like an old soul.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I love about it. And we get a lot of requests like for interviews and this and that from people. And I'll look into them as much as I can. And just so much of her stood out to me. And like I said, mainly the lyrics. I was talking a lot about her lyrics and the way music just kind of comes out. So if you guys are listening out there, definitely go out. Check out Megan Knight. If you're any of the church choir out there that listens to the show, definitely check her out because
she fits on that alley.
I do. Yeah, I feel like she has. Yeah. Especially, I like how you brought up about the project. Like she has a plan of what she wants to do.
She's very intentional in what she does. I admire that.
And she wants to have her hands in it all, and I love that. She wants to make sure it's
what she wants. It's how she saw it, how she heard it, and how she wrote it.
Her brand, her image, and it needs to be that way. So, well, man, we talk about it every week. We get to talk for a few minutes. We get to spend with you guys and kind of talk about what's going on in our lives and everything else. And I had other stuff wrote down tonight, but dude, an hour before we went live or hour and a half. So if you guys do follow us, about 5 weeks ago, right before Christmas, I had COVID and I was out of work for a few weeks and went back for a week. And then I was out for another week and a half because our kids and Jillian had COVID. Well, Jackson tested positive yet again. So we found that out about an hour and a half before we went live tonight. And now we're figuring that out. What's going forward, but he just had a cough. He had a routine doctor appointment, nothing really crazy today. And then on the way home, they called us. So, yeah,
it's gonna suck. I'm just tired of it having to reschedule and fix.
But anyway, is this the new normal?
I hope life? To God it's not. I mean, sorry everybody if you think otherwise, but we cannot drop everything for 10 days again. Like, I don't know. To me, it's just crazy. Yeah. Like, we can't keep doing this to kids. Kids are so far behind in school. Jackson's missed like a ton of school this year from being sick.
Yeah, now he's back on a computer.
And now he's back on a computer again learning, and he's not going to learn on a computer. Like, I'm just over it. So
if any of you guys are out there dealing with the same thing with this whole crazy world, we are in your corner. We feel y'all out there because we know how it is. It's a vicious cycle. I don't think it's going away anytime soon. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think it's just going to be
the good thing is he's not as nearly as sick as he was before.
Well, he has the antibodies where we're now. And
yeah, but
like you said, we all kind of built that all up.
He's still got a cough and sore throat and all that kind of stuff. But
I told you Friday night.
Goodness gracious.
That cough. I heard that cough Friday night on the way home from
I don't know where it came from.
I don't know. In our week of school missing.
So we've got that, and then I started school again, and then you back to work. It's a busy Shriver house.
Well, I don't know what's going on with my job.
It's a busy Shriver house.
Every day is new drama.
We'll be good.
Give me that death stare.
Yeah, we're not gonna go there.
I know. It's just
so I hope
peace.
Yeah. So hopefully everybody has a good week. Our sump pump went out today.
Yeah,
that happened.
Well, it's been domino effects because like right before we went live with Adam last night, the sump pump goes out. You're over here behind me fixing it as I'm like ready to hit live.
I have my head down in the sump pump
fixing the Adam sump had pump. His head down.
And then we get on live. Adam has his head in a bucket.
He's sick.
And then today the sump pump.
But we did get through a show tonight. So we
did get through a show tonight,
awesome. Which is awesome. But we talk about the crazy Shriver life and literally if anybody could let me know if it gets any easier after 40, that'd be great because
don't blame it on your age.
Well, I'm not blaming. I'm just saying like I don't know if it gets any easier. I think
it's life. It's okay.
Funny, I know
we just do it together.
I talked about it on the show before. Like, we looked at our parents when we were this age. Like, we figured they just had it all figured out. Man, we didn't know they were learning day by day like we were.
They didn't know what they were doing either. We have no idea what we're doing. I have no idea what I do.
That's true. That is true. So if you guys did not tune in last night or missed anything last night, we did announce that we are returning to Nashville March 27th for our writers round. We are very excited. We will announce a lineup here either later tonight or tomorrow. We are going to put the first wave of the lineup out that we
Subject
do have.
to change.
Yeah.
We got some more spots we're trying to fill up. A couple more.
I booked 2 more today. I'm very happy about it. I
Yeah.
think they're going to be guests on the podcast next season. One's from Illinois too. I'm pretty happy about. We're bringing my buddy. You will see a name on the list that we're introducing to Nashville. So last time we did Revival, we brought Mike Zavaka down. He came out and opened up the show and did some covers for us. This time we're going to bring another one of my friends, Matt Meyer, down. He's going to sit in on the rounds. Has some amazing originals, but he has one that definitely needs to be heard in Nashville. And if anybody hears this song and wants to pick it up, I know he'd be happy about that. But Son of a Working Man is what it's called. It's a badass song. So just wait till you guys hear that on March 27th.
Check out the website for details.
We're going to be at Live Oak.
As possible.
Gaining Fast on Memphis. But guys, tonight was phenomenal. Once again, thank you guys for joining us on episode 120 with Megan Knight. Big things are in store for such an amazing singer-songwriter. Her passion for music and the way her lyrics send chills. You can tell us this is all... Man, I cannot even read my own handwriting sometimes. You can tell this is all Megan has ever dreamed about. I want to wish nothing. I want to wish Megan nothing but the best. And I cannot wait to see what she does in 2022. Don't forget to catch up on everything you missed tonight and on past episodes over at gainingfastonmemphis.com. And we can't wait to see you guys next week. We are back again this Sunday with a Sunday show. So it's going to be a really good one. Can't wait to see you guys then.
The Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Schreiber is brought to you by Arlo Revolution. As we close the book on another chapter, remember, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Next week, Aaron connects more melodies and memories with other fans and the artists they love. Thanks for being a part of this musical journey, and we'll see you next time on the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Schreiber.